Hidden just off the busy streets of Liverpool are places most people walk past without ever noticing. Tucked behind archways and away from the traffic and modern city life are cobbled streets that have barely changed since the 1800s. These stones once carried dock workers, merchants and families for generations, and while the city around them has evolved, these streets have quietly remained. Today we're stepping into some of Liverpool's forgotten corners to see what still survives. Now, as we approach the arch here to access the first of these hidden streets, this one runs off East Prescott Road near the Lord Nelson pub and backs onto Rudyard Road, forming a small, tucked away residential section that's often overlooked. As you can see, the name of the lane here is Little Bongs, which likely comes from the older Lancashire dialect word bong, meaning a small bank or hillock, essentially describing the topography of the area when it was first developed. Now, as we walk under the archway here and start to look around, the street was built in the late 1800s with original cobbled surfaces still visible in parts today, which gives it a uniquely preserved feel compared to surrounding modern developments. And so I imagine you used to get your horse and carriages riding through here. Little Bongs forms part of the broader Knotty Ash heritage, an area once defined by coach roads and early settlement patterns, before later urban expansion. You can get a shot of some of the chimneys there before we go take a look at the houses. I'm not sure what's going on with the buildings in this yard, but this one looks pretty knackered. And so just as we turn the corner here, you'll start to see the houses and the cobbled streets. Not quite sure what this is, but we'll take a look inside. Now, somewhere around here, there's meant to be an engraving saying 1888, when the houses were built and inhabited by the workers at the nearby Joseph Jones Brewery. And so here are the houses and of course the cobbled streets, which are a bit flooded today, but we'll go take a walk down now. Now, as we take a look at the houses here, the setting feels like taking a step back into Liverpool's Victorian past. Little Bongs is now primarily a quiet residential street that sees relatively little attention. Now, here is a much closer look at some of the cobbles for you, and if my research here is right, then using these particular cobbles over 4-inch round stones indicates they were before the 19th century. If so, this type of stone was used because it suited a horse's shoe. Later, the more square, flat cobbles were used as different transport methods were developed. So just before we go exploring around the back, we may as well go finish the rest of the front of the houses. You can see that each of these houses do have their own garden that faces directly opposite the front of the house. This one at the bottom looks to be the most modernised. Another good look at the cobbles here for you from the ground level. And so now we'll go check out the back of the houses round here. Some of these walls have seen better days. And moving on to the other set of houses, you can see the narrow back alleys running behind each house here. There you see number 11, Little Bongs. And the rest of this alley is pretty badly overgrown, but there's a look down there for you. And just above is another small walkway, again completely overgrown, but you get a good look at the back of the houses at least. I imagine a lot of these would have smoke coming out of the chimneys back in the day. And then just at the back is this other alleyway. Let's see where it leads. There's a sign here that says leave the gate open for the bin men. Although it's closed today, you can see the Alder Hey Children's Hospital directly opposite. And so now we'll work our way back out the way we came in. And again, there are the houses and the street, all from the 1800s. These aren't the easiest to walk on during heavy rain. Let's have another peek in here. And so as we make our way back out under the arch, I'll show you where that gate entrance comes out to. You do have Windsor's right opposite if you are trying to find the place. There you can see you've got the tandoori right next door. And it looks like all these houses along the front here would have at some point been very similar to the houses hidden behind them. And there you can see where the other gate would have led us out to. Again, you never know of this hidden street unless told about it. So moving on now to our second location. This is about a 15-minute drive from Little Bongs and is located along Bridge Road, not far from Moseley Hill Station. Now this location is easier to find compared to Little Bongs, but if we take a walk along here, you'll soon see the streets from the 1800s. And so as we make our way down, as you just saw there are some new builds opposite the way. And now this first street here begins to give you a glimpse of what to expect. You can see some of the cobble still under the tarmac there breaking through. However, if we make our way a bit further down, there across the road you can see some dated looking homes. And coming up to the first of our two roads here, with some real old concrete bollards right opposite, we have Gordon Place. Now to tell you about Gordon Place, it is a small Victorian era residential street built during the mid to late 19th century when Liverpool was expanding rapidly as one of the busiest ports in the world. Streets like Gordon Place were constructed to house working class families, many of whom were employed in nearby docks, warehouses, railways or light industry. The houses are typically brick-built terraces, modest in size but solidly constructed, reflecting the priorities of the time: practicality, density and proximity to work. These streets are often laid out quickly to cope with population growth driven by trade, migration and industrial demand. Gordon Place would originally have had no indoor plumbing, shared yard spaces or rear access, coal fires for heating, and cobbled or stone set roads. Over time, as Liverpool's industry declined in the 20th century, streets like Gordon Place avoided large-scale demolition but experienced gradual change rather than wholesale redevelopment. Today it survives as a physical reminder of Victorian working-class housing, still following the same street layout as it did over a century ago. You might also notice this street has parade flags hanging between the houses, similar to those on VE Day or old street parties. And now if we make our way over to the next street, walking down the same road here, not only do we have a Chinese takeaway, but we also have Stanley Terrace. Now, Stanley Terrace is another example of Liverpool's 19th century terraced housing, likely dating from the late 1800s, during the height of the city's industrial and maritime power. The name Stanley reflects a common Victorian trend of naming streets after aristocratic families or prominent political figures, particularly those associated with Lancashire or national influence. Terraces like Stanley Terrace were designed to be compact and efficient, built close to factories, docks or transport routes, lined along narrow streets to maximise land use. At the time, these streets would have been busy, noisy places, filled with families, children, traders and labourers. Daily life revolved around long working hours, local pubs, corner shops and strong neighbourhood ties. As Liverpool entered the 20th century and later suffered industrial decline, streets like Stanley Terrace faced periods of economic hardship, but unlike some inner city areas, they were often left intact rather than cleared, allowing their original character to survive. Looks like the street even has its own Christmas tree, right next to the old concrete lamppost that is still here today as well. And so why do these streets still matter today? Streets like these are interesting today is not because of the dramatic events that happened there, but because that ordinary life did. They represent the everyday reality of Victorian Liverpool, the scale of housing needed for a global port city, how working class communities lived, worked and adapted, streets that quietly survived while others were demolished. Many of these streets now sit hidden just off main roads, overlooked by most people, yet they remain largely unchanged in layout, offering a rare glimpse into Liverpool's past without stepping into a museum. And so that is your tour of some of the hidden gems from the 1800s here in Liverpool. Just across the way there is the Rose of Moseley pub. And now these streets are preserved time capsules in their own right. Streets like these weren't ever built to be impressive, they were instead built to work. They housed the people who kept Liverpool moving during its industrial peak, and while the city around them has changed, these streets still tell the story of everyday life more than 100 years ago.